ridiculous.
And there we go, guys. Countdown going down. Craft Cup number 42. Semi-finals. Game 2. roxkisSlivko versus former, I want to say Gosu Gamers, but just GGourk. No more Gosu Gamers. Sorry, guys. We don't get free name changes anymore. And wouldn't that just be, at the same time, how, as awesome a free name change would be, how awful it would be if we had those all the time?
Everyone would have a new name every week.
Right? I'd cheese my way up to Masters, change my name, nobody would remember me. Be awesome. Alright, guys. Sorry, got lost on train of thought. Starting off at the 3 o'clock position, we got roxkisSlivko. The Teal Zug, who's up 1-0, his opponent down 0-1. Close by our position is the Orange Protoss GGourk. We are on ESL Metalopolis, so definitely not forced cross positions. We figured that out now. So I think it's probably with the theory it's a wider ramp or a wider natural. One of the two. I don't know which one it is, but it's one of them. As I can tell, there's still a gold. There's no rocks at the gold. That's always hilarious. You find that Metalopolis with the rocks at the gold. I'm like, you just made the wrong map, bro. Get
plateau.
I'm just like, get out of here.
You just put thousands of destructible rocks everywhere. The MLG, really old version of it.
Oh, I can't wait for that. When you can start making in Heart of the Swarm, yeah, destructible rocks. That's gonna be so stupid. I have a feeling, I don't know, well, we got a little time, because it's going to be early game, guys. This is Zerg and Protoss, unless we see a 6 pull, not that entertaining. Well, what are your expectations for Heart of the Swarm? We're already seeing, or at least for seeing how much have you seen, with all the new units and etc.
I've mainly seen the new units, and sort of the updates, like the patches that they're going to make, and upgrades and stuff like that. I think that forward banelings being able to move is a stupid idea. I like most of the new units, and I like that it's an anti-mutalisk. Sort of everything seems to be anti-mutalisks because everyone knows how annoying mutalisks are. What do you think?
I don't know if you want my opinion. I personally hate the expansion. It's like absolute drives me like absolutely nuts. Like some of the crap. Sorry, thanks sushi. I left on the big camera with me again. Crap. Whatever. That's definitely a bad habit. I need like a producer on the background to change it for me. Sushi, you could be my producer if you want.
So how come you
Okay, so why I hate Heart of the Swarm? Well, in a sense, right now. Still, it's not alpha anymore, but it is beta in a sense already with some of the stuff they're thinking. And this is so bad because I play as Terran. It's going to sound so bad. Terran is fine, you know. I like it. We took away the Thor, so we kind of replaced it with a kind of another big kind of mech unit. I think it's a little bit lighter than the Thor, but still fairly effective. Gives the Hellions have the battle, kind of turns them into a fire bat in the sense that's cool, kind of bring them back a little bit of the Brood War or whatever. But I hate the Shredder. I think is a little bit overkill. I love the unit. I'm like, yeah, as a Terran player, I'm like, ha ha ha. Roasting Zergs left and right is going to be absolutely awesome, but it's kind of a little bit of a broken unit. I haven't got time to toy around with it just yet. At least in some of the fake matches.
You've not played the Heart of the Swarm custom game.
Yeah, no, I haven't tried
a bit of that, but it didn't really give you a good feel of it. It was okay. It wasn't amazing or anything like that. But
as for like Protoss, stupid broken race. Like what in the hell? Like they're so good right now. Come on, why are we helping them out? The replicant? Like, are you kidding me? It takes time to replicate, but again, as from what I've heard, it replicates something full upgrade. So, I mean, if somebody uses the replicator properly and replicates proper units.
They're doing it so you can't replicate workers, aren't they? So
yeah, no, like somebody, you're not gonna replicate. Like somebody's gonna be stupid. They're not gonna like replicate a Ling. So, but again, with the fully, I don't like the fact that it becomes fully upgraded and stuff like that.
So does it get like 3/3 upgrades? Or?
Yep, I heard it gets 3/3 upgrades, which is a little obnoxious. The other one, that's fine. The little mineral harass unit or whatever the hell it is, that the little sentry ball.
Yeah.
That's fine. Whatever. I think I could live with that. until a point where I get irritated, but for now I'm cool with it. What's the other Protoss unit now? The big
Tempest.
the big ship, yeah, Tempest right there.
Yeah.
Tempest, you know what? I'll give it a shot. I don't think it's going to be that relevant again.
I think they'll just be like a carrier, and
That's
because
going to be a great 4v4 unit. I'll tell you what.
yeah,
That's going to be a hell of a 4v4 unit. But I mean, 1v1 until I actually see it utilized in some perspective, like in some way, shape, or form. I'm not going to worry too much about it. Maybe we could see it in the later games when there's just like huge battles and there's clumps of units and crap like that. But to this point, not too worried about it in a 1v1 perspective. So get rid of the replicator, keep the rest, fine. Terran, get rid of the Shredder. Well, I don't know if saying get rid of it, but Shredder kind of a bad idea. Now Zerg, it's kind of interesting. Actually, no, it's not interesting. Screw it. Burrowed Banelings, get them the hell out of the game. Like, what the hell? Already, like, Zerg doesn't need any more splash damage help. A moving underground
yeah,
bomb. Like, it's already sickening being hit by Baneling mines. Now you're actually getting traveled and seeked out by these things.
yeah. Well, it's just like if you don't have detection everywhere with your base and your Terran, and you just haven't built muscle turrets everywhere. They just drop a few banelings in the back of your base, burrow, go into your mineral line. You've got absolutely no idea what's going on. They just explode and kill 20, 30 SCVs that are there. It's just, I mean, everyone's saying yeah, it's hive tech, like upgrade, but still, I just think it just shouldn't be allowed. And then when you've got the Ultralists that can burrow and do that ground attack where they fly into they fly into the battle.
Well, that's good. You know what? I'm actually cool with that because of the Ultralisk. Cause I'm not a Zerg player and I hate Zerg, but the AI, the Ultralisk, is very still patchy right now, engage-wise. So it helps them out. I understand the reasoning for that, and that's I can live with that. Like I'm not exactly like always pro whatever pro help another race whatever, but just in general, Viper's fine. Everything Zerg related is fairly fine. Even with the little burrow, make a bunch of units that aren't swarm host or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
I'm even fine with that. We'll see how that works out. I mean, I think it could get a little abused if something like if somebody's got a bunch of those things and just starts spitting about a bunch of those units, because those things you watch, those things that get spit out can actually tank some damage. So
Yeah.
we'll just have to see. Right now, I'm going to be fine with it. I'll probably by the time it gets out, I'm going to say it's broken when when it gets utilized. I mean, it gets a Terran, so we'll just have to see.
What do you think about the Viper and the Viper's abilities?
The Viper's fine. You know, snag pull, that's fine. I'm cool with
Yeah.
it. That's going to be kind of cool and interesting to watch. The thing I'm gonna be watching for is the hilarious moment when they accidentally like snag the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And just like, whoops, that didn't help. Something like that. So Viper's fine. We'll see how that works out too. I'm not against it. Another thing that's hilarious, actually, on the Terran side, I think the battle cruiser speed boost is pretty damn funny. I'm like, so a bunch of. I mean, it gives me a reason, I guess, to build battle cruisers. I mean, you could just run in there, snipe something, and then just like speed boost out of there, sneak out. It's gonna be hilarious. As for the game itself, we should probably get back to that, guys.
Yeah, there's a double immortal drop just going into the main base.
Mm-hmm. As we're watching right now, oh wow, these immortals, yeah, get them out of there. As we're watching right now, guys, kind of got a little bit behind on the game. Slivko has taken 3 bases at the moment, has roaches out. Lairtech is up and running. I think he's got some spawns somewhere at the front, or had some spawns at the front, maybe moved them to the third. I have no clue where the hell they went.
They're at the back of his main.
Back of his main, okay, that's where they moved those. So, spawning pool, Roachhorn, I don't see any other tech at the moment. I don't see exactly any Spire yet or anything else, or Hydralisk, just a double Evo chamber at the moment. Meanwhile, engaged, good sentries with a lot of energy, so it's going to be really hard to get surface area on everything. Yeah. I think most likely Slivko is just going to back up, and that's good. Because on the Auric side, oh, what is going on? Pause. Sick.
How many people are in this game? That's quite a few.
Yeah. Looking at Slivko things, I could tell. He's got the War Prisms, he's got Immortals. Don't think he's got the Robotics Bay. Looking at the third, I think he just built a bunch of gates right there. So yeah. We see a bunch of gates kind of hanging out at the front, going to build some pylons. Got to be careful, can't let these links exactly break through. Actually does need to establish these gates right there for war pins and stuff like that. Though I wouldn't exactly wait for all these gates to get chopped down by these lings and let the photons finish. So kind of evening out again, the game. Not too bad. I'm still surprised GGourk hasn't built a robotics Bangang Colossus or even tried to do double Colossus, something like that. That's really favorable in this matchup. Like, no idea like how quick units just disappear, and especially if you could trap some of the units with force fields and some of them could get sniped behind a force field. It's a work of beauty. I think Blink just finished up for the Protoss player. Meanwhile, upgrades, he's getting attack number 3, so doing decent in the upgrade count. I like this. This is kind of that Naniwa speed from MLG. You could really get those upgrades so fast. And oh no, he actually walked up the ramp thinking that maybe his opponent was going to go towards his third on the backside, and he gets caught. Roaches start burrowing, but actually there's a lot of these Immortals are actually starting to pick up a lot of these units out. The Roaches disappear. He doesn't even understand. I think there's an observer out on the field, or at least Kanan somewhere in the vicinity. There's an observer. Okay, so burrowing is pretty useless at the moment. Slivko, meanwhile, he's taking his 4th. I would actually suggest for him to take his 5th too at the same time if possible. He's going to need that economic boost eventually. Though the rough patch mode right now, got to be really careful if in fact GGourk does push out. Slivko's in a really dangerous position, and it's just going to be really hard to hold off, especially with sentries with a lot of force fields. They could split up.
I like that he's taking the gold because he's basically saying to the Zerg, come and get me, because if you don't, I'm going to have a bigger army than you when we finally engage. So he's forcing the issue, which I like a lot.
Yeah, and that's really nice. Forge that did get cleaned up. I don't know where the hell it is anymore. Did another forge get made? I don't know if it did.
No, I don't think so.
So I think 3 attacks did get killed. Yeah, 3 attacks did get killed. These things are 2-0, but still 2-0 is pretty heavy against a 2-1 Roach army, especially with the Immortals in the back. And I like this. There we go. Finally, Slivko is taking his 5th. The Immortal, drop kind of coming by. Checking out. Oh, he's just going to warp in right there. I like that. As prepared as Slivko is, he kind of forgot about it and is now like leaving. He holds the Xel'Naga tower, so he's in a decently fairly good position. Checking that out.
Oh wow, it looks as if they're both going opposite directions down the pathways to engage.
Yeah, and this is the opportunity I think Slivko needs, because usually you can't straight up front engage against a bunch of the Protoss units like that because you'll get split up. So really smart idea. Just kind of goes the Nessie route. Just goes for a hard counter attack. For whatever reason, Chrono boosts 2 forges. I think he actually just started them and canceled them like right away, like split second. But meanwhile, on the other side, Slivko is gonna. Oh, he doesn't cancel. He actually lost his 5th and did not cancel. Zelt's cleaned that up in the bottom of his 4th, though. More stuff getting killed off right now. Zelt actually might be able to clear this off, and oh my god, are they actually going to be able to kill it off? Yes, they will. 4th base is going to go down for Slivko, and this is going to really hurt him economically, man. Wow. And look at the chase on the back, on the top left side.
Yeah, roaches are trapped. They got to engage. Oh, nice blink.
Yeah, very nice blink. Для русских зрителей, как и смотрят сейчас, это очень интересная игра получается с GGourk и Sливko. Бедный Рочи не может это убежать в центре форсфилда право-лево, и да, просто экономия GGourk убил, дроп хороший, warprism сделал, и GG от Sливko. Very interesting, GG. We're tied up 1-1 going to game 3.